What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Simple Sports Hub, where we talk all things Washington Commanders football. Preseason game 2 is in the books. Our Washington Commanders fall 31-17 to the Cincinnati Bengals. Let's talk about it. All right, so here we go, man. Last night our Commanders. I said I was about to say our Bengals. Our Commanders, man, took on the Cincinnati Bengals Monday night under the lights back at Northwest Stadium. First game back in the stadium, man. It was definitely, you heard the crowd. I can hear the crowd screaming from the goddamn from my house, from where I stay at. I can hear the crowd screaming. You know what I'm saying? And it was good to see, everybody excited about our team being back in Northwest after, the season that we had last year. But I can't say, man, leading up into the game and some of the news that dropped about Brian Robinson, the whole debacle or issues going across or being talked about Terry McLaurin not being, there for the game. Yo, we gotta chill. Like, it is okay that he did not show up to the game, my G. It is okay. The world is not falling. Like, that doesn't mean he don't want to be a part of the team. That don't mean none of the stuff that I'm seeing or that I was seeing on this platform and other platforms. Like, it's cool that he didn't show up, bro. Y'all gotta pump y'all brakes just a little bit, just a little bit. But all right, let's talk about the game. Let me get my notes out because I took notes. I didn't take a lot of first half notes, but I didn't take a lot of second half notes. It was kind of like the like it was like I kind of like almost tuned out in the second half. But we gonna go ahead and just go over the first half, and we gotta start with our quarterback. Y'all know the starters was going to start today. We was gonna see a series or two from them. JD5 was gonna be there, but then we had about 13 players that did not suit up, and some of those guys were starters. We wasn't going to see Bobby Wag. We wasn't going to see Laramie Tunsil, Zach Ertz. And like when I heard that Zach Ertz, Brandon Coleman, and Laramie Tunsil wasn't playing, I'm like, man, we only need about one series for my guy JD5. That's it. And as we seen the team warming up and getting ready for the game, we see JD5 blinged out. I ain't got my little what I'm saying, anniversary gift chain that my wife bought me on, you know what I'm saying? But my man was blinged out, and then he showed us something. Hey, we thought he was a quiet, not a flashy type of guy. Then my man showed the bottom grills. I started to, what I'm saying, get in the whip and head up to Forestville Mall and go to one of the kiosks, jewelry joints and get me a little bottom, little moissanite joint for about 40-50 bucks. Yeah, man, JD5 got the grill. I might go get me one. I might head up to Forestville Mall. I might go stop at one of them, them little concession stand Johnson that's in the mall and go get me a little bottom grill done. You get what I'm saying? A little moissanite, little $80-$100 little junk. I might go and get me one of those, but the starters did definitely come out offense and defense, and we started off on defense, and it looked promising. Oh, wait, before that, kickoffs. Kickoff was I almost made that call to whoever the special team coach is and wanted to say, hey Slim, hey, we gotta find some other Bama's because man, we short kicked it just so that we can see how we would be physical and see if we can stop, the kick return. And the Bama took it to about the 45-yard line, like off the kick. It was a short kick, but it was just like, how can we not? But then we got better. We got better as the game got on. Like we started tackling a little bit better. We started, collapsing or closing closing in space on a kick returner. So I appreciate that, right? I take that. And then, as the defense got on the field, we saw Dorrance Armstrong, we saw Deron Payne, we saw Javon Kinlaw, we saw Kane, we saw Marshawn Lattimore, but then I didn't see Trey Amos, whatever his last name is. No disrespect. I'm gonna call him Trey. I didn't see Trey out there. We saw Mike Sanders still, we saw Quan Martin, and we seen that Will Harris got the start, which it was exciting to see him get the first team reps. And I didn't see Trey out there. I'm like, what? They went for it on like third down. Like they had like a key third down that they went for it on, and they threw a deep pass. And I see number 6. I'm like, wait, that ain't Trey. What Trey at? And lo and behold, Noah get bag lady, or get a PI called on against Jamar Chase. And I was just like, damn, what my man out? So the reports came out. Dan Quinn spoke to it at the end of the presser and pretty much said that he had some tightness in his thigh area. On his, he had a little bit of tightness, soreness, and they wanted to just take precautionary reasons and hold him out this game. And I'm cool with that. Yes, I want to see him run against T. Higgins and see him run against Jamar Chase, line up against those guys and get a nice little battle. But it is what it is. It's like I can't be too mad. I can't be too upset at that. But we still, we look better from a run stopping perspective. We stopped the run pretty well that first drive, even though they had a PI to get him down there. And then Quan Martin made probably his best play, where on third down, they're down at the goal line. They ran a crossing route. They ran, the pick crossing routes, and he shot down and made the tackle on third down. They ended up going for it and running it. And then even on the fourth down, he actually stuffed the run, the initial, contact, but he had the running back Chase Brown had an extra push in him, and they ended up scoring on us, and that's cool. That was just the opening drive. It is what it is. And then our offense came out, and it looked like our starting offense, even though we didn't have those three guys out there, and we was missing Terry. It looked like, hey, we picked right up where we left off at, because even though we got dog walk, the conference championship, our offense was still producing. Outside of the turnovers, our offense still was going down the field against the Eagles. We didn't look like totally shut out, right? It was just the turnovers that kind of derailed us. But anywho, JD, we come out first play. I'm like, I told you I wanted to see the slot fade with Debo. I wanted to see them throw that slot fade real quick and just get it out the way and let the fans get excited, oop it up there to Debo. But instead, they ran a jet sweep with Debo, and he had about 8 yards on that run. Like, that was he had about 10 yards, 10, 11 yards on his on a jet sweep. And it was good to see, him get his first touch with the Commanders. And then we thought we was going to see, Bill Jacory out there with the ones. We got Chris Rodriguez ones, showing he came out there with the ones. And he ran pretty well. Like, I'm just gonna be honest and as much as I can. The way that our run block scheme looked this game last night, I didn't see that last year. I'm sorry. Y'all can say simple. We did have some good runs, or we had those same type of run lanes, but B-Rob just couldn't see him. But those pulls that we was pulling on, and Rodriguez had a big run in at the beginning of the game, got us down into the red zone. And then we inevitably scored with JD scrambling, planting that left foot, cutting back up. And it was a good blitz pickup by Allegretti and Biotish. And I ain't gonna lie, and I'm gonna say this, y'all can call it what y'all want. I'm a football fan first. The safety for the Cincinnati Bengals had a kill shot on JD, and I ain't gonna lie, I would have took it. Hey, Slim, you want to be out here playing around, Slim? This is real life. I got to mentally get prepared and ready for the season. I would have took that kill shot. And I would have blessed JD. I'm not going to lie. And me as a fan, now me stepping into my fanism of, being a Commanders fan, I'm like, JD, get down, bro. Woo! JD, don't you take no hit like that, Slim. Like, come on, bro. It's just preseason. What we trying to prove? What we trying to prove out here, Slim? But he ended up scoring, ended up getting the TD. And that pretty much took the crowd. Like, the crowd went wild. I went wild, too. I celebrated, too. But I'm still in there like, JD, don't do that again, brother. But you can kind of tell. Dan Quinn said he's going to have about a series or two, maybe 3 series out there, in this showing. But after that, Dan Quinn and company or AP must have called down and said, hey, Slim, get him up out of there. Get him up out of there. Nah, he playing around. He playing around too much. We had to get him up out of there. So they pulled him out, and that we only seen JD in the starting offense for 1 series, and then we got Josh Johnson, who came out. And he had moved the ball a little bit. He found Jalen Lane, who ran an amazing comeback, stacked the DB, and broke it and throttled down and broke down and came back to the ball. He had an amazing catch. And then we moved it. It was good runs by Bill. It was good runs by Rodriguez. My bad. I'm just going to call him C-Rod. That's his name. Rodriguez. But anywho, we was able to run the ball, man. And this is something that we are seeing with Cliff. The run design, the run schemes that we're showing right now, it looks like it's going to be a promising and sight for sore eyes. Like, Like it's gonna be upward. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a way better run game than we had last year from our running backs. Not by JD, but just our run plays, our design run plays. It was good to see that. It was good to see that. Whatever notes that I have, I wanted to go over. Yeah, the better kickoff coverage. Like I said, man, the run defense, the pass defense was looking pretty good. I know Joe Burrow was out there trying to, get in rhythm, but he almost had a season-ending injury. It's like, no, I'm not wasting. No, but no, bro. Like the scramble was crazy. I'm like, bro, get rid of the ball. Why are you holding on to the ball? Why are you trying to make a hero play in the preseason? Like, bro, get rid of it. It is what it is. But Dorrance Armstrong and company, I think Martin got in on it, or Celine Farrell got in on it, and it was a joint sack. And then he came back and had another sack, and I'm just like, yo, like I really hope that this is what we're going to see from our starting unit, is that we can actually get pressure on quarterbacks now. And maybe that also is a good testament to the type of defense we had on the back end. But I will say this, man, that was good to see those guys. And then the Dietrich Wise, I don't think that was a horse collar, because it looked like, for me, when they slowed it down, the second review, when they slowed it down, his hand wasn't inside of the jersey, and I had to ask my good men. I'm like, man, can it not be placed on the back of the jersey at all? Like, you can still grab the outside of the jersey, but as long as you're not inside. They was like, nah, you can't even, quarterbacks, you can't even grab like the outside. It didn't look like roughing the passer to me, but or a horse collar tackle. But it is what it is. And then we got to the second unit. Josh Johnson came out. I don't know what the hell he saw. I don't know what he saw. I don't know what he saw. I don't know what the hell he was looking at. But Jalen Lane was not open. He kind of just flung it to the corner, and we got picked off. So I'm not excited that happened. And Sam Hartman, God dang, boy, I don't know if it's gonna be head or shoulders or Johnson Johnson, but one of these, you might as well go ahead and start turning into a head model, my guy, because don't look like quarterback gonna be in your future, because it don't look like you're gonna be a QB3. I don't even think Josh Johnson is going to be a QB3 for us. We need to bring somebody else in. I don't know who was sitting out there in the free agency, but we need to look at somebody. We need to go find somebody else. But, because Mariota, Marcus Mariota is still, coming back off an injury or whatever it was going on with him. But I didn't like the signs, because what I do got to do is I got to give a pass to the receiving unit, the second and third receiving unit, because our quarterback play was so bad. We didn't get a chance to see some of our receiving core get the ball, because everything was literally checked down to the running backs, or we ran the ball. Like, we didn't see them stretch the field. We didn't see them take, and then Sam Hartman threw a pick. Like, the first pass was almost a pick, and then he came right back and then threw a pick. It just was hard to evaluate the receivers. Like Luke McCaffrey, I give a pass. So shout out to to some of the content creators, because they was at the game and they was like, nah, bro, he open. So let's take a look real quick. Let's here go Luke McCaffrey, and here go his 10 routes. That's not open, and the ball is already gone. The play's already gone out of his hand. It wasn't open. Wait, let's do this. And he worked a lot of the left side. And okay. Yeah, that didn't look open to me. That's just me being honest. All right, here we go. Yeah, they playing 10 yards off, but it's just like comeback routes. All right, man, what we gonna run, like a post or post corner, like a drag route? Like, I know we ain't trying to show our whole offense, but god damn, the route tree was very limited for Luke. And then it's like he half-assed that route. It's like he already knew that he wasn't getting the ball. Like, he was just a decoy. And I think this is where he got open. He actually beat him, and Sam Hartman had time, but he checked it down to the middle of the field. Look, he stacked him. He had him thrown out there, Sam, and it was single high. He was 1-on-1. That's the opportunity, man, and that's why I think guys like some of the content creators was like, nah, man, he was open, but Sam just couldn't give him the ball. So it's kind of messed up, because it's like, all right, I want to kind of see him. I'm not about to watch this whole 2 minutes. We're not about to do that. We'll watch this last one right here. Running in trips. Like, this is I don't like the route concept. I don't like him just running comebacks or sit routes. All right, let's run one more. Let's see what he do here. I think he was open on this one too. Yep, he could have fired it there, but he went opposite side to Jalen Lane, which wasn't open. Like I don't get it. I really don't get it. And this is what we're talking about. Can he create separation? That outside of that one where he stacked the receiver, got over top of him, I really still don't see him separating the separation that we all wanted to see. But the highlight of the night, it was Bill. And let's go ahead and check out Bill run real quick. We're gonna check out Bill run. See him get this touchdown. Russ Greenpoint. I just want to say this, man. Andrew Wiley, and I think this is Scott right here. Is it Scott? Or Chris Paul? I think that's Chris Paul. These are two great pulls, man. But let's also not underestimate. Let's try to get closer to this. And let's also not try to underestimate. Look at Josh Connolly block down and let Bates get to the second level. And look at Bates. Andrew Wiley pick up this guy. We kick this guy. They flush this guy out. Great block by John Bates. John Bates. Great, you know what I'm saying, combo block by Connolly. He kind of cleared that whole hole right there. And Bates just sealed the deal right here. He blocked his man into another blocker, into a linebacker. This is what I don't like that 33. I don't like you trying to tackle my man. You already know he ain't here for a touchdown, but I get you trying to show hustle. You get what I'm saying? But don't tackle my man like that again, Slim. We're gonna have a problem. Simple as that. But that's Connolly. That's Bill's first touchdown. And then they was trying to get him the ball back. He didn't get the ball. And then, JD went to go, Jay Daniels went to go try to find it for him. Here go the crazy hit that Sam Hartman took. Woo! Slim, that'll make you go become a head model for real. And here go JD, man. This is the touchdown I was talking about, man, where they pulled him out the game. After this touchdown right here, look at the plant. Watch the plant, y'all. Great block pickup. Great blitz pickup by Allen. Great plant it. Go. I ain't gonna lie, I got excited too, Chad. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. And here we go. Jacob Martin also had a good game, man. He had a good game. That's a good jump off right there. Good get off the ball. Good hands. Good hands. Good hands, boy. Good hands. That's what I like to see right there. I like to see right there. That's what I like to see right there. But yeah, man, that's if I had to I gotta give a round of applause to Josh Connolly Jr., man. I gotta give a round of applause to my guy. Like he definitely showed up and showed out. He did a phenomenal job blocking, picking up, from a run perspective and from a pass blocking perspective. He had an overall good game. Shout out to him. Kinlaw, he definitely showed no Diddy how massive he really is as a D tackle. I think he's gonna have a good year this year. Dorrance Armstrong had a good pass rush. That kind of alluded to the first sack that he got that we got on Joe Burrow. Who else stood out? I couldn't really. It's hard to evaluate any other receivers, man. Hopefully against the Ravens, we actually get to see a little bit more work, but out of those guys, or more opportunities being given, or opportunity being given to those guys from a pass perspective. C-Rod had a good game. Bill definitely showed the case of why he might be our future running back for this team. JD looked like he's ready. He's ready to go. We don't need to see him Saturday against the Ravens at all. He could be on the sideline, blinged out and with the bottom grill. We good with you seeing you on the sideline, my guy. What else? Who else did I see, man? Who else did I like? I like Will Harris. He had a couple of good plays. He definitely showed his range as far as like being able to play in the box. And 51, I think it's Kahu. Kahu actually showed me something. Arnold actually showed me something from the linebacker perspective. And I want to say this, man. Shout out to the defense and the special teams. The physicality was definitely there. We were stumping. Last night, and that's what Dan Quinn kind of wanted. And we got it. And that's what I wanted. I wanted to see the physicality. Even on the offense from a run blocking perspective, like we was physical. We was actually physical. Yeah, the score don't show that because bad quarterback play on offense. But I think from an overall perspective, man, I like what I saw from a physicality standpoint. We need to carry that over into the next game. I think we're gonna probably start seeing some cuts either this week, right before Saturday, to get down to the 53. Bobby Price, 37-22, gotta go. Barbecue chicken, Mitch Tinsley should not have came back to Washington and went off and cooked us for 2 TDs and 2 bag ladies at that. Like, that's horrible. Vickers got bagged horribly. Like that was bad. I know that may not be a word, but Vickers got bagged bad. Head top, seriously, head top. And then Bobby Price just looked like he couldn't cover at all. It looked like he couldn't cover at all. AP, get back on the phone, get some more DBs back in there. Let them come try out for this week. Those should be the first 2 cuts that I should see. I'm sorry, but not sorry. Y'all let me know in the comments what you guys think, man. How did y'all guys feel about the game? Did we bring the physicality? Did the guys that you wanted to see last night, did they show up and show out? Y'all let me know in the comments, man. Please like the video. Also, subscribe to the channel. We on a grind to 800 subscribers, man. Appreciate all the love and support. I'll catch y'all on the next one, baby. Razel, I'm out.